In a world full of crypto hype, is Solana's rise to $250 a real moonshot, or is it an actual reality? We're going to go through the pros, we're going to go through the cons, and we're going to go through the why behind this cryptocurrency. We're going to analyze fundamentally, we're going to analyze technically, and we're going to do this together. Let's dive in. Before we go through the good, before we go through the bad, I want to know, what is Solana, what does the network do, and who they're partnering with. So Solana is an independent layer one blockchain, so it needs interoperability, it needs cross-chain analysis to be able to interact with things like Ethereum. So it's independent, and this is their mission statement on the website: powerful for developers, fast for everyone. And you can see here that they're partnering with some big names: Brave, Circle, Discord, Google. You've got Meta, you've got Shopify, you've got Stripe. You all know who those guys are. So they've got some big names that they're partnering with. And the total number of active accounts on Solana is currently 11.5 million. So there's 21.9 million NFTs being minted on the platform. Why is people flooding to Solana for minting NFTs? It's because of the cheap transaction costs. And here they're boasting the average transaction of 0.00025, pretty much next to nothing to either mint an NFT on Solana or to make a transaction on Solana. Now, it's saying here decentralization. Now, this is one part that I'm questioning on Solana. It's saying the Solana network is validated by thousands of nodes that operate independently of each other, ensuring your data remains secure, censorship resistant. I'm not saying that hasn't happened, guys, but as far as full decentralization is concerned, they've got a roadmap for that, and they're not fully there yet, in my opinion. So what about the transactions? How many transactions are happening on the Solana network? And you can see here, absolutely smashing it as far as transactions are concerned. It's just growing and growing and growing. So that's one positive for Solana, is people are using it. Transactions are happening right now in front of your eyes at a fast pace. So that's a positive, and that's a tick for Solana. Okay, let's get into some fundamentals before we get into, of course, the technicals. Gone through the network, we've gone through the transactions. That's a positive. Now we're going to go through some fundamentals. We'll start with the tokenomics, and then I'm going to show you a little trick how you can research how active the team are, how active the project are that you're looking at. So we'll start with the tokenomics, and you can see that it's 8th in the whole crypto market cap. It's ranked number 8. So it is a high flyer, and it's trading at $23.45 at the moment, which is down 0.7% on the day. It's got a total market cap of just over 9.5 billion. So that's a positive. And it's got a circulative supply currently of 414,238,000. So the circulative supply and the total supply, you can see total supply is higher. That means there's more Solana to be put into circulation. If there's any unlocks that are happening, you need to pay attention of that, because that tends to have a knock-on effect with the price. And the more that's flooded in the market, the cheaper they are. So that's the tokenomics. Here's a little trick that I want to show you to see how active the actual team are and how active the project are. So this is the website I was telling you about. I urge you guys, if you're looking at any cryptocurrency and you want to see how active the team are, how active the network is, get yourself on this. This one's called CoinCheckup. And what we'll do is we'll go through and we can see a couple of questions here. What's their ability to contact the company via Slack, Telegram, or Discord? They've got 70 points for that. And if you just pull up the Y on the right-hand side, you can see their contact details. So you've got their Telegram details, and then you've got any other details on there. Ability to contact the company via email or a contact form, that's 30 points. And their email address, hello@solana.com. So they've got their email address on there, full and transparent, and that is active. Activity on social media. This is an important one, because this lets you know how active they are on social media, but more importantly, who the team are, who's behind it, and what exactly they're doing. So activity on blogs, they've got 50 points for that. Are they posting something every 10 days or less? Yes, they are. And you can go down, guys. I urge you to go down and check this to find out how active the team are, because that tells you usually whether they're a scam. If they're in the public eye, it's less chance of it being a scam. So do they have a YouTube channel? Yes, they do. There's the YouTube channel, Solana Labs. Go and check it out. There's the link. So you can just go down, guys, and find out if anything catches your eye or if anything looks a little bit untoward. And they've got a point rating next to this. So not just for Solana, do it with your own cryptocurrency. If you don't know how to research, if you don't know where to research, this is one of the top ones to do that. So the important one is the technical analysis. And the 3 things that I want to know is the bottom in? Where's Solana been before? And what are the risks? We need to dive into the charts. So let's find out. We're in the charts, we're on the daily. We need to find out, firstly, more recently, where is current price sitting at? What are the risks as far as the current price is? And you can see that it's trading at $23.45 at the moment. And that looks like 38.2 retracement from its previous low. Let's just double check that. It's come back. Right, it's tested the 382. So it's creating a bit of a flag here. And we're ranging between $8.63 and $27.30. So that's a huge, huge, huge range that we're in now. Top to bottom of that range, you're looking at 213% increase. So I'm currently creating a bit of a bull flag here. We'll just mark that out. Creating a bit of a bull flag here. And what we'd be looking for is a breakout of this flag to the upside or the downside to give us clues as to whether we can go back and test this $27.30. So we're in this range and we're probably going to consolidate into this range. And if you trade in this, you need to protect yourself. And if you're protecting yourself, where do you put your stop loss and where are you wrong? If you trade into the upside, stop loss goes below here. If you're trading to the downside, stop loss goes be above there. That's the importance of these trading patterns. That gives you an edge. When they're consolidating, you can prepare for a move to the upside and prepare for a move to the downside. So that's going to be the major resistance level is the $27.30. Now, where's Solana been before? If we just zoom out, you can see all these ranges here. Go on the weekly chart so we can see that a little bit better. This is where Solana's been before, $258.66. So it has been to $250 previously, and that was in the bull market top of November 2021. Rest of the crypto market crashed, and then we had the bear market. One thing, it's been consolidating. It made a base, and the base was $27.30 to $8.63. Now, is the bottom in? Is this the bottom? Because there's a quite strong possibility that this is the bottom. And the reason why I say this is because of the FTX crash. This here was the FTX crash. Now, why did it have such a big impact on Solana? Because FTX held such a high allocation of Solana, and when they had to get rid of their funds, they had to dump the market with Solana, and that's what caused this. So Solana had a worse time than most cryptocurrencies because FTX had such a high allocation in this. They've still got a high allocation. We're going to talk about that very shortly, but that's the reason why. So there's a strong possibility that this was the bottom. If we do get another downturn, what you'll probably see is price get bought back up straight away, and you've only got a small amount of time. So this is where limit orders come in. If you think that price is going to go back down to test these levels, you can put a limit order in on your exchange, and then that will get taken up with the quick wick. So that's the most recent price action, and that's what I'm looking out for. Solana has been at $250 before. We're not in the right state of the market for it to just go straight to $250 again. We need to wait and let the market play out. And we're probably in depression phase at the moment, and then we'll start making upturns eventually to its previous high after the Bitcoin halving, and then hopefully the new bull run will give it even higher highs. Now, this is important because we've looked at the technical analysis. We've seen where the current Solana price is, but you need to pay attention of things like this. So Solana's Compass Insights showing approximately 19.637 million SOL tokens were unstaked during the network's 512 epoch period. What does that mean? So they're all staked, they're all earning interest, and now they've been unstaked. The chances are they'll be put onto exchanges, and if they're put into exchanges, there's a high probability that they're going to be dumped on the market. If they're dumped on the market, the price will go down, and you can take an opportunity of cheaper prices. So Solana's Compass has recently provided insights into the latest Solana network activity, specifically during its 512 epoch. According to the website that tracks Solana activity, an estimated 19.637 million SOL tokens were unstaked during this period. And this is a tweet from Woo Blockchain saying, in the recent Epoch 512, 19.637 million SOL were unstaked, with a net unstake of 16.516 million SOL. Most belong to a 16Z and the previous Alameda, which is FTX. So these are unstaked by FTX, and they're going to get dumped on the market because of the impending court case with Sam Bankman-Fried. So $1 million worth have been unstaked. These tokens have an approximate value of 449 million at current sale rates. When considering the addition of staked tokens, the net unstake in volume comes to around 16.516 million SOL, which is roughly valued at 380 million. So be careful, guys. If Alameda or if the liquidators dump these on the market, it will have an impact. Solana will go down. And does that mean that it's going to collapse? Could mean opportunity to buy low. This is the importance of dollar cost averaging. Now, when I say dollar cost averaging, I don't mean DCAing constantly every week over a period of time. When I dollar cost average, I layer in at low levels of support. So that's what I'm going to be doing on Solana. It hasn't made that low level of support yet. And if we do get that dump in the market, I'll be taking advantage of those gains. Back to the charts. Now, this is just a quick tip for you guys from a technical analysis perspective. If any of you guys haven't got TradingView, I urge you to go and get the free version of TradingView so you can just familiarize yourself with the charts. And that's how you get an edge, guys. Now, I want to just do a quick trick here for you to find out whether you think something's fair value. First of all, we need to go through the research process, exactly how we've gone through on this video. And then what I want you to do is go and check to find out how far the bottom is from where current price action is now. On Solana, it's 184%. So it's nearly a 2x from its bottom. Now, if we rinse and repeat this and go and watch my video on Cardano, I'll leave that at the end of the video so you can just click on that. We can replicate that with Cardano. Cardano is a strong project. Go and do exactly the same research as what we've done on this video and find out yourself as to whether you think it's a good project, what's been building on there. And you can see that it's 16.89%. So whereas Solana's done nearly a 2x, nearly 200%, Cardano's done a mere 15, 14%. So that's what we're looking at. And how can you take advantage of that? Because this is what I talk about dollar cost averaging. Because dollar cost averaging at these levels here, is much better than dollar cost averaging all the way down through the bear market. So this is where you can get a good position. This is where you get ultimate gains. It's dollar cost averaging at these levels. And what we can see from Cardano between Solana is Cardano hasn't run as much. It's nearer to its bottom. So if you're dollar cost averaging nearer the bottom of something that you've researched and you've got fundamental belief in, then it's always better. So go and watch my Cardano video and you'll be able to go and see the research and deep dive as to what I did in that video. So am I buying Solana now? Because like I say, we're in a flag. There's two areas that I'm interested in buying Solana. Firstly, this bottom here. If we come back and test this bottom, I'm going to scale an extra part of my position into this. The second area that I'm going to be interested in is if we break to the upside from here and break this level here, then this is where I'm interested. So there's two areas, and although that's $27.30, that is a support level after we've broken a major resistance. So I'm interested in that, a support level at major resistance, because that's given us a high probability that we're going to make a move to the upside. And it also gives me a short area where I can apply my stop loss. This area here, if I'm scaling at this area here, we're testing the bottom. Doesn't mean that we can't go lower, but if we did start making a move back to the downside, we can take opportunities here, we can take opportunities here. That's the power of scaling in, guys. So if you did find it useful, please do subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out a lot, and I'll bring you guys more content. Goodbye from me.